Hi, welcome back to Education Friday. So we are continuing the mini series setup. Today is exercise number 3 that we have picked. Nam is here on reformer. We have picked single thigh stretch. This is a very popular exercise that I have experienced and my students love to do in the class. Okay, usually the setup is one leg or one foot on a foot bar, the other foot pressed against a shoulder rest. So in this position, you want to try to have your hips as level as possible. Okay, so here, if you have very tight hips on the right, so I'm using the word tight very loosely, just for the purpose of this, showing the modification rather than discussion about tight or weak or long. Okay, so if it's uncomfortable for her to bring the leg into this position, body is very smart. The strategy is going to be, she's going to hike the hips up in order to avoid this tightness here or open the legs out slightly. So here I can see that her right hip is slightly higher than the left, looking from behind. I can ask her, are you feel uncomfortable here on the right hip? Slightly uncomfortable, right? Yeah, doesn't feel so good. So I know right away that I want to modify it for her. So because the focus of the single thigh stretch is lengthening the hip flexors of the back leg. Okay, so I have a few options here. Let's get off the carriage first. Okay, one of the strategy is I'm going to move this stopper a little bit further out. Allow her a little bit of room of the hips to be able to lengthen. And now she's going to come back up to her start position. So while she's doing the setup, I want to highlight one more time. Setup is as important as teaching the exercise itself. So if your setup is not as ideal as possible for that particular body, the clients may not benefit the full benefits or the full goal of the exercises for that particular exercise. So here, I have already adjusted the stopper further out to number 4 or even number 5. And I can see that now her hips are more level than the previous setup. I can check with her as well, how do you feel in your front hip? A lot more comfortable, right? And you can see her back hip is a little bit more extended. So the start position is already allowing her to feel comfortable, to feel where you want to focus on that particular exercise. I have another modification that you can use. You can lower the foot bar to number 2. So let's try here. Okay, so she's going to bring her right foot forward. Now I can see that, you know, the hips are even better level here, okay, because the legs are much lower in front. How do you feel any difference from the previous one as compared to this one? So this one is a lot more comfortable. So for her, I see that she can still use foot bar number 1, but if your client is uncomfortable, you can even modify to foot bar number 2, and you want the back leg in the hip extended position. So I hope this tips is useful for you, and then your clients can enjoy the benefits of the exercise. Thank you.